put me on airplane mode. You can put me on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite Tuesday show. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network proudly presents to you the Tuesday Night Flight. And you got your three usual suspects, the Midnight Rider, the Gentleman Jack, and the big guy KG. The Gentleman Jack will be joining. Oh, he already joined us. All right, let's go. So with that being said, we're going to take you around the sports world like we always do. Today's features, we've got another RIP, which I'm starting to get tired of us doing. We got the list, top five college QBs. We've got the JC top 10. We've got WNBA playoffs update. And then we have a recap of the five, baby. So with that being said, I'm going to turn this over to the show host. You know him as the big guy KG. Others knows him as the host extraordinaire. Others know him as the man, the myth, and the legend. So you got a multiple choice. You pick the one you like to call him. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the big guy KG.
Well, there are men, there are boys, and there are monsters. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong show. I'm on the wrong show. Good Tuesday evening. I'm all geeked up for Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for that rousing introduction from the Midnight Rider. First and foremost, how y'all gentlemen feeling tonight?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm
What you going with on your t-shirt?
Huh?
Who you got on your t-shirt?
Oh, I'm rocking my Aaliyah t-shirt tonight.
Okay.
For those that are uninitiated, I'm a very big Aaliyah fan. Huge Aaliyah fan. So you'll see me rocking a Aaliyah t-shirt from time to time.
Me and my wife were just talking about Aaliyah the other night.
Uh-oh. That's me.
It's all good. So let's see. First and foremost, what we got going on?
Can you hear me? Are we coming in clear? Okay.
You still on the screen? You still on the screen, brother?
All right. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Now, Midnight Rider, you said something in the opening, and I'm sitting here and I'm rubbing my head because I'm tired of it too. But in life comes death, and it seems like we've been saying RIP an awful lot these days. Rudy Johnson has passed away. Former Cincinnati Bengals and Detroit Lions running back, drafted 4th round 2001 by the Cincinnati Bengals, played with them from 2001 to 2007 and played with the Lions in 2008. He had a hell of a career in Cincinnati where his first 3 years he ran for a little bit over 1,000 yards, and he broke out in 2004, 2005, and 2006. 1454, 1458, and 1309 respectively, and had 12 TDs each of those seasons. Then that final season in Cincinnati, he only had 497. Then he went to Detroit and had 237, but he only played in 14 games in Detroit. One playoff game, that was that 05 game. That was the Carson Palmer game, if I'm not mistaken, where Palmer got hurt. And I think that was one of the best Cincinnati teams of that era. But police are saying they don't suspect foul play, they suspect suicide. So I'll toss it over to the gentleman Jack while I jump out and jump back in. So Jack, what you got?
Rudy Johnson. Play for Night Rider. What you got?
Sorry about that. I got the mute monster going on.
Dude.
Good back, man. He solid. He had a couple good years. I think I had him in fantasy one year. It was one of those 1,302 touchdown years. 12 touchdown years. It was good times, man. And he was a good dude from what I could tell. I just hate when we hear the report that they think the person may have taken their own lives. That's kind of harsh, kind of hard. It's just, you always wish that maybe there was somebody there, somebody that could pick up the phone, or somebody that could have intervened and kept that person here a little bit longer. Just for the sheer fact that, it's there's always gonna be somebody that hurts when this happens, and sadly enough, the family hurts even more after the fact than anything else. So that's all I really got on that. AJ.
Well, I'll say this. This is seem to be something prevalent with our NFL stars and players alike. When we hit that certain age, he's only 45 years old, and they say he was dealing with some mental struggles as well as CTE possibly. So, this is one of those things. It's like, geez, man, it's not something you really want to hear. So, say rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family and friends. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, the sad thing is, I don't know if you remember, I think it was Arenas was talking. It wasn't on his podcast, but he was doing an interview, and he was talking about how he used to just get in his car and drive down to like the middle of the city and then sit in 2 hours worth of traffic and to come back. It was just because he was 32, you know what I'm saying? He had played out his career, and he was really just had nothing to do. And, this gets a lot of these guys where the max of your, I'm not gonna say meaning to the world, but the max of your popularity happens all before you're 35. After a while, you have to figure out what's next. Some guys, become hosts, columnists, but there has to be something else afterwards to fill that void.
That's true. You got to have that next chapter.
Exactly.
So, where you gentlemen want to go next? You want to go top 10 or you want to go to list?
It's on JC. Let's see how you feeling.
Let's knock the top 10 out, and then we can buckle down and get into the list after that. How that sound, fellas?
That sounds good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, every Tuesday, you got the AP top 10, you got the coaches poll, but it ain't nothing compared to the JC college football top 10. Gentleman Jack, take it away.
Yes, sir. Thank you, KG. Just like last week, wasn't much changes. Most of the changes are at the bottom of the top 10, but we're going to go through, and I'm going to let you know. I still got the Penn State Nittany Lions 3-0 in the number one position. They beat Villanova 52-6. Up next for Penn State, they got number 7 Oregon coming into Happy Valley this Saturday, 7:30. You can view it on NBC. That's gonna be a good game right there. I just noticed, man, they're putting a whole lot of good matchups at the 7:30, 8 o'clock mark. So you go through your day from noon to 3:30 game, and you're flipping back trying to find something happening, and then you got 3 good ass games played at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and I don't know if that's just the way it is or the matchups are getting better.
It's kind of both. The last 2 years, if you notice, CBS isn't on channel 9 anymore. I think they moved. So the new TV deals has everybody, they fight for the 12 o'clock time slot, and they fight for that 7:30, 8 o'clock time slot by trying to put their best games on in those slots. So that's kind of what you're getting into now, Jack.
Yeah, you've noticed it yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So Midnight Rider coming into the number 2 spot. I still got Ohio State holding it down, 3-0. Ohio State was, what I don't understand how teams do this so early in the season, but they was idle. They didn't play this week. So they're going to stay in the number 2 spot at 3-0. Up next for the Buckeyes is the Huskies. They're going to go to Washington to play the Huskies at 3:30 Saturday, and you can see that one on CBS. In the number 3 spot, I do got somebody climbing. That's right. I forgot about this squad. I think the Hurricanes played good enough last week to jump up some. So I got the Miami Hurricanes, number 4. They beat the Gators from Florida 26-7 last week. I moved them up to number 3 spot. So Miami Hurricanes, welcome to the 3 spot, fellas. Up next, they are idle. And then they got Florida State coming up on the 4th of October. So that'll be a good one for them when they come back from this little break. In the number 4 spot, LSU Tigers coming in at 4-0. They beat Southeast Louisiana 56-10 last week. It's just tune-up games, Some call them cupcake games. Yeah, that's what I call them, but they're tune-up games. So up next for LSU, they go to Ole Miss next week, on this Saturday, I should say. 3:30, that game's on ABC. That should be a great matchup. Ole Miss has been climbing and growing on me. I kind of like what they're putting together over there. So in the number 5 spot, I got the 3-0 Georgia Bulldogs. They as well were idle this week. Up next for the Bulldogs, they play, I believe, Alabama's around number 18, number 16 ranked in the AP poll. So they got a big game against Alabama this Saturday. That will be 7:30 on ABC. I'm looking forward to the Georgia-Alabama game. Regardless what rank either one of them are, they don't care for each other too much. So number 6 spot is being held down by Oklahoma. Oklahoma is currently 4-0. And they beat then-ranked number 22 Auburn last week, 24-17. And what some think was the best game of the week last week. It was a damn good game. I put that, that Oklahoma game, I think it was one of the best games of the week. So next week for Oklahoma, they are idle. I am not used to all these idle games, guys, so early in the season and so many, but
it's only because you do the top 10, Doug. It's only because of that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. They're squeezing 12 to 13 weeks into like 17, I think, weeks. So that's why you get a bunch of idols in there too. Yeah. And I'd been doing this previously 2 years for basketball, so you don't see that in basketball. Right.
Doing football. Well, this is our first year with the football top 10. Maybe you are right, Midnight Rider. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I try to say dope shit and do dope shit, man.
So Oklahoma's going to be off till October. So we'll see if they can rest up, heal up, and be ready. In the number 7 spot on my top 10, I got the Oregon Ducks. 4-0. They beat the Beavers of Oregon State 41-7 last week. And I tell you, Oregon's got a huge game coming up this week. They are going to be visiting Penn State and Happy Valley, 7:30 on NBC. That's going to be a barn burner, I think. I really think that's going to be a show up, show out, showcase. So let's see how that looks next week. I'm sure that'll be probably one of our games we'll be picking in the 3-piece we do for college football on Thursday. So in the number 8 spot, guys, I got Texas A&M. 3-0. They staying right where they are because they idle. So up next for them, they got a big game against Auburn, who will possibly make up from their loss to Oklahoma and be ready for Texas A&M in 2 weeks. A team that climbed up a little, Texas Tech Red Raiders. This is an up-and-coming squad. They look good in defeating Utah last week, 34-10. Utah's been hanging right there around that bottom of the top 25 for a couple years now. But Texas Tech, I think, has done stomped on the bottom of that list and is going to start climbing that list. So watch for them Texas Tech Red Raiders to continue to move up. Up next, they got a day off, so they'll be coming back out to play some ball come October. And in the number 10 spot, holding my 10 down, was a team that just off Illinois. I got Indiana in the number 10 spot, knocking Illinois out of my top 10 this week. Illinois show up and knock them out. Just never let them catch up. Never let them get their wind. So I give Indiana big credit for the way they played that game, the way they excelled through that game, and the way they finished that game. Up next for Indiana is going to be a tough matchup at Iowa, 3:30 this Saturday, and you can view that one on Peacock. A little better changes. I think I got 3 new teams on the top 10 this week, guys.
All right, so can I say my surprises? So I'm surprised you dropped Florida State out of your top 10. Surprised that you added Texas Tech. I thought they would be on the outside looking in. I'm surprised you only got Indiana at 10. I thought they'd have made it to either 8 or 9 on your poll, just because of the way you love Singretti. Top 5, you got Miami at 3. The world has them at 2. I'm not worried about that. But no, I like the list, man. I look forward to seeing what changes next week because we got some games that's going to affect the top 10 and make some things move around. And, I mean, I think that's going to be the thing now with these super conferences. You're not going to get teams to end the season 10-1 or 11-0. I think you're going to have a lot more teams finishing up, 9-2 or 10-2. And you have to use tiebreakers to figure out who the top teams are.
That makes a lot of sense, and it does look like that's the way it's going to be with these conferences. The way they're being aligned now, there's a lot more tougher matchups. You're not worried about just 1 or 2 teams in your conference. You're worried about 4 or 5 teams in your conference now. Especially the SEC and the Big Ten. Go ahead, KJ.
No, I'm listening to you guys because I don't have a dog in the fight because my dog is so far down in the rankings, it's not even funny. Even though we won Saturday, Notre Dame's not going to make the top 10 probably until maybe end of the season if they keep winning.
No. They shouldn't even be in the top 25.
I got nothing to say.
Go ahead, digress or whatever y'all say.
I got nothing to say. Coach Devon said ain't no top 10 like Jack's top 10. That's damn right.
All right,
now,
Coach.
This right here. This is what everybody's been waiting for. For 3-4 weeks. Been waiting for it. Midnight Rider debuted this, 2 seasons ago? And you guys do this, and this is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, you have made the list. And this is straight us, Midnight Rider and Jack giving their top 5 quarterbacks in college football right now. So we're going to start with you, Jack, because Midnight Rider jumped off for a second. So we're going to start with you and get your 5 QBs.
Well, this list, and me and Midnight Rider, we're gonna take blows from the left and from the right in the comments. I know we are, but it is very early in the season, so this is not written in stone. This list will be adjusted and recreated as the weeks go. So this is what I got from what I've seen right now in 4 weeks of ball. Midnight Rider, how you want to do this? You want us to go together and name 5, then 4, then 3, like that, or just I name my 5, you name yours?
Let's do the list and then recap with naming our 1 through 5 by ourselves. So let's do it as a together. 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1, and then at the end we recap solo.
Okay. All right, Midnight Rider. Well, since KG kicked it to me, I'm gonna let you go. What you got for number 5 as your top quarterback in college football right now?
At number 5,
Number 5.
I got the kid out of Oregon, Dante Moore. He's impressed me a little bit. This year's list isn't going to be as stimulating as before because I like some people all around the country right now. So number 5 is Dante Moore. What you got?
Okay. My number 5 is coming out of Vanderbilt. And right now I got Diego Pavia as my number 5. I like him.
I already told somebody that was going to be your number 5.
I
wish I had
my
written
number
down.
1.
I wish I had written down your top 5 because I think I know it. I'll let you know when I don't agree when I missed, but so far,
Okay.
Poppy was definitely on your list. KG,
Number 4.
my next number 4 on my list. You saw him early in the year. He's Florida State's quarterback, Mr. Castellanos, is number 4 on my list from Florida State.
Castellanos, Florida State. All right. And at my number 4, I got the boy a little bit further south, down there in South Beach. I got Carson Beck at number 4.
All right, I'm 2 for 2. I just don't have the order right, but I'm 2 for 2. All right, number 3.
Number 3.
At number 3, I'm going to change this up only because I think he had hand surgery today, and that's the kid Batir from Oklahoma. I think it was a straightforward surgery. I don't know if he's going to miss any weeks, but I just saw that before we went live. So he drops the 3 on my list. Jack?
Ditto. We got the same guy at number 3, John Mateer from Oklahoma.
Yes, sir. Number 2.
Number 2.
At number 2, Grant Nussmeier, LSU quarterback. He looks like one of the better quarterbacks in the country. I think he might be, when we get to April, he might be one on my list in terms of NFL ready guys. But right now he's at number 2. And again, this list is fluid because it's going to change on us throughout the course of the year.
Oh, yeah. I explained why you jumped out. This here is, week 4. We're making a list at week 4. We still got 8, 9 more weeks, 10 more weeks. So this list is going to change a bit, but it will tighten up as the season gets closer to ending. So number 2, you had Nussmeier.
Yeah.
I think my number 1 and number 2 is where I'm going to throw you for a loop, bruh. So at number 2, this cat from down there in Texas area playing football right now. And I got Sawyer Robinson from Baylor as my number 2 quarterback right now. Got some dynamic receivers over there. Those are long ball.
Okay. That's your first hook. That's your first curveball in the list. So we're at the number 1 spot. Number one. It's the kid from Indiana, Mendoza. He's had so far one of the best performances I've seen in college football this year. I know you can't automatically become somebody's number 1 quarterback after 1 week. I know he's done it for multiple weeks, but last week watching him lead that team against Illinois proved that even if it's just for a week, he'd be my number 1 quarterback for a little bit. So that's why I got him at number 1.
That was a great pick. That was a really good pick. That was so damn much of a good pick. That's what I got. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana, is my top quarterback at this moment in the season right now. I do got a little honorable mention list, and that's got your boy Garrett Nussmeier on it, Aguilar, Tennessee, Reed at Texas A&M.
I think I think Texas A&M has one of the bigger luxuries because I think their backup, I think his name is Holcomb. He wears number 15. I think that kid, from what I saw a brief clip of him probably 2 nights ago, and he came in for relief, and he looks like he could be the truth. He looks like a guy that if the first guy has the eligibility left and he stays, that's a top portal guy that he can go somewhere else, find him a good coach that likes to spread the football around. Shoot, depending on the schools, he like a good guy for Oregon type of team where you just get it out, spread it around, move it quick. There's a kid that I had on my list. It was last minute, so when I lost connection with you guys, I didn't get his first name, but there's a kid with the last name Green at Arkansas, I think. You'll see him, he's like 6'6", 220. They played Notre Dame this week, so I'll get a better view of him this week. But he was another guy, kind of an honorable mention. And then there's an honorable mention at Mississippi. But again, I'm at the early stages of my list. So
Mississippi or Ole Miss or Mississippi State?
Ole Miss.
Okay, because Mississippi State got Blake Shapen over there. I got him down here. I like him too. Okay. I forgot the boy's name at Ole Miss. Oh, that Tulane boy is something pretty nice too. Retzloff. Mm-hmm. And then I also got to see Haynes King play at Georgia Tech. He looks pretty solid.
So he was 5 for a good while. The only thing about Haynes King that I struggle with is, and I know what the description of him is going to be. He's going to be one of those guys they talk about his moxie, his ability to lead, to be a leader. But he is. I mean, if you watch that Clemson game, he helped will that team to that W. And I think he was at Texas A&M, if memory serves me correctly. And he struggled early with Texas A&M, but I think now at Georgia Tech, he's found a place where they run the ball enough, and he doesn't have to do everything. And now they're getting the fruit of that investment.
Yeah, and we've already had an injury to a top quarterback too. What's that boy's name over Syracuse, Midnight Rider?
Steve Angeli?
Yeah, I think he just got hurt and he's out.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Syracuse just runs the offense. They're one of those teams. They're going to be like the I almost want to say like the BYU of the East. You go there, you can throw for 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? You're going to throw for 4,000 yards and a bunch of touchdowns just because of their style of play.
And Angeli's out with torn Achilles. That's the former Notre Dame quarterback.
Right.
He's out for the season with torn Achilles.
And he's off to a good start.
Let me ask you gentlemen a question, because I know we talk college football, especially when you're talking quarterbacks. The same term always comes up: poise and moxie. And I've been hearing that for at least 30 years when you talk quarterbacks. Oh, this guy has such poise and moxie. Is there anybody that is not on everybody else's radar that you see that has those traits?
I think that's a question we want to talk about in a couple weeks, so we can get through and see some more guys. Okay. Like the only problem with the early part is, you know me, I don't like passing judgment until like week 6. Week 4, I can give you a sketch of what I've seen, but I got to see you play. You know what I'm saying? If you in Death Valley, I got to see you play a conference foe. Mm-hmm. I got to see a couple of those ball games where you playing at Purdue and you down a touchdown or 10 points, and it's the fourth quarter, and you gotta make it happen. because y'all shouldn't be losing to Purdue. That type of thing.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And speaking of poise and moxie, there's a perfect definition of that over at Iowa State. Rocco Beck, that boy, he won since he was 5. You know what I'm saying? So can't nobody have more moxie than him. It's just, can that team perform to where he can perform up to his highest potential? I like Rocco Beck as a sleeper at Iowa State.
All right.
All right. A couple of comments real quick. Let's roll through these. J Dub checking in. He says, "What up, everybody?" Anthony checking in says, "Yo." He has a question. He said, "KG Jack, Midnight is just me being harsh, or do you guys see it to FSU offensively is just a souped up version of USF?"
See if FSU offense is just a souped up version of what? No, because I mean, you got to think Gus Malzahn has run his stuff since forever. So he likes to use motion. He likes to attack the edges. He likes to spread the field, make you cover each blade of grass. So I don't see it as a souped up USF. I don't like trying to compare offenses because I don't know what the offenses are meant to do in certain situations. So like I've never understood why people love like the PFF grades, because they give out these grades, but they have no idea what the responsibility of that cornerback or that linebacker was on that play. So how do you assign a grade to something like that? It's just always my theory.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. And, you know, to your advantage, Anthony, you got the Florida sports world in your ear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're up more on it than we are, but I think there are two different versions of offenses, but you may know better than I do.
I mean, I think you got the creator of the system, and then maybe the guy at USF is a disciple, but I don't know. Let's see what we got. I think we got a runner, Anthony. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I can't see the top of this, so I'm gonna go. Or do you have? All right. So there's something above this.
No.
What are you guys' thoughts on Sam Levy? I think that's the kid from Arizona State.
Yes, it is. I haven't seen much of him yet. I've been watching USC on my late games, but I do plan on checking them out here soon. I haven't seen them much.
Yeah, same thing here. I liked him preseason, but I'll wait till I actually get a good chance to put my own eyes on him for that. Or do you have Carson Beck? Jack has Carson Beck on his list.
Mm-hmm. Hanging on down there at number 4. Not saying, like I say.
He said he thinks Fernando's coming back. That's gonna be hard to say because once he goes to this thing, that's gonna be interesting. What are your thoughts on Gunnar Stockton? Gunnar Stockton's gonna prove me something when he plays Georgia. I'll tell you more about how I feel about him then. That's why I was talking about go ahead.
That same thing, Ben. I was thinking, I like Gunnar a lot. I like the dogs, but I ain't seen enough of him of what I want to see yet. And I think that's the same with you.
Yep. And then he said the kid at Ole Miss is Austin Simmons, and that's actually a kid that I think he graduated a year early. So he's a little, from a developmental side, he's gonna be young when it comes to quarterbacks. And I wonder, because of his age, is he gonna stay 4 years as opposed to 3? But also by being at an SEC school, you invest in 4 years, you get a nice, pretty paycheck from NIL. That's all I'm gonna say. KG, it's all back in your hands, bro.
Yeah, I know Gunnar's a quarterback at Georgia.
I love that pretty paycheck that you get in the SEC.
Hey man,
like I've never been an ACC baller, but with the money they give out down there, that's where it's at. It's almost as good as playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one kid at Duke?
Messiah.
Yeah, he got $5 million just to go to Duke. If Duke paying $5 million for a quarterback,
yeah, they brought him from Tulane, I believe.
Did you see the young pup that went over to he signed with North Carolina, and he signed an NIL deal with New Balance?
no, I didn't see that.
Ooh, I'll find that. I gotta
There
send
you
that to
go.
you guys.
He signed an NIL deal with New Balance, and he stole Coach's girl.
Oh shoot!
Like he signed with North Carolina basketball, signed an NIL deal with New Balance, and everybody's like, you know, you can't go to North Carolina wearing New Balance, right?
Right.
Like in certain schools,
you.
North Carolina, Connecticut, Georgetown, you can't do that.
They don't know no better, man.
And he said the reason why I'm saying FSU is basically a souped up version of USF offensively is they over rely on Thomas Castellano like they did when they had Jordan Travis.
From the game I watched with them against Alabama, I think their motion and stuff set off a lot of plays. I mean, your quarterback's got to be your focal point. And I know we haven't mentioned this quarterback yet, but Jack, I know you will tell me what you think, but Malik Washington look like he could be a baller. He looks like to be honest with you, just from watching the couple of plays I've seen of him, I don't know how strong his arm is. He gave me an accurate Joe Milton vibe. Like if Joe Milton had accuracy, that's what Washington gives me a vibe of right now. Now, again, I'm only 2 games into what I see, so it can change, but that's the vibe he gave. Let's get to that pick 5.
Malik Washington, so far so good for Maryland, but it's the same situation I'm thinking about Gunnar Stockton and a couple other young quarterbacks.
Yes.
Play somebody, and then Maryland's got Nebraska coming up. They got UCLA, and then they got Indiana. I'll let you know after that Indiana game how I feel about Malik Washington by then.
And you know what? There's another quarterback in that mix right there, Mr. Dominic Reale, who could make some noise in the mix of quarterbacks.
Where's he at? Nebraska, right?
Yes, sir. That's the kid that does all the Pat Mahomes stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dress like him, throw like him, everything.
I love it.
Paul said all-time most rushing yards for a game for FSU all-time last week.
Here we go.
Dylan Raiola.
What did I say?
I don't know if you said Raiola.
Maybe I say ravioli. I don't know. It's all good.
And Duval Paul said, think of how many backs they had come through there in FSU. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you've done your BDGE trivia lately, but last night, last night they had you name the leading rushers for the Detroit Lions since 2000. So you had to go from 2000 to 2024, and if the person's name you listed covered multiple years, they would give you all the years, so you didn't have to guess the years they were the leading rusher. Bruh, I got about 7, maybe 8, and I was done.
Oh.
And then after I looked at the names, there was a couple of names like Mikel Lashore, who I should have known because I used to love him at Illinois. But like when you doing those things and you're in the moment, all those leisure names that you know don't pop in your head.
Nah.
Until you hit the button afterwards, then you like, yeah, I knew him.
Mm-hmm.
Last question on this, and we move on.
right.
Anthony said, "What do you guys have Dante Moore out of Oregon ranked?" I think he was on somebody's list.
He's my 5.
Midnight Rider had him at 5. Yeah. I got him somewhere around 12.
Damn, Jack, you accurate as shit today.
That's what's here. There's like 15 names here, and he's somewhere in there. It got tough. Like I say, I went from 20 to 12 to 5. That's hard to do after 4 weeks.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well,
I mean,
go ahead, Jack. Oh,
it's what we like right now. It's what we like right now. You know, what I say ain't gold. What Midnight Rider say ain't gold, but it's what we say.
Like this, like Lenore Sellers from South Carolina, who we liked early, but through 4 weeks hasn't been what we thought.
Yeah.
You know, it's Clay Klubnik, you know, another person that was probably on some list early that we've eliminated, and that's why I like. This is why I like waiting till week 4, because I think we got enough games in place. We got 5 weeks of football to actually start forming some thoughts and some theories. Back to you, KG.
All right, let's take a break. Come back. We're going to recap the nickel from Sunday. A lot of surprises, a lot of injuries Sunday, too. A lot of good special teams play. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. It is the Tuesday Night Flight, and what we're about to get to you next is a recap of our NFL nickel, our 5 picks that all 3 of us actually, 3 of us picked. Josh Walker from Highly Opinionated jumped in with us and was our 3rd person. I just realized that I don't know if anybody wrote this down, what we picked. Jack would be the best person because I know I didn't. But hey, KG, take it away.
All right, first game up.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Was the Chiefs versus the Giants. Coming in this game, both teams were 0-2, so somebody had to get off the schneid. It was the Chiefs, 22-9. Patrick Mahomes, 22 of 37, 224, and a touchdown. Pacheco, 10 carries, 45 yards. Kareem Hunt had 10 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Tyquan Smith, 5 catches, 71 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, 4 catches for 55. And Travis Kelce, 4 for 26. For the Giants, this is the last you'll probably see of Russell Wilson this season. He's been benched for Jack's boy Jackson Dart in the Big Apple. He was 18 of 32, Russell Wilson, 162 INTs. Cameron Scatterboo, 10 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy went out with a dislocated shoulder, but he was tearing him up, 7 carries, 29 yards before he got injured. Scatterbo had 6 catches for 61 yards. Slayton had 4 catches for 30. And Malik Neighbors, 2 catches for 13. Gentleman Jack, what you got?
I tell you, this Kansas City, their wide receiver room is all mixed up, man. I mean, between people being on suspension and Worthy being hurt, Tyquan Thornton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown, Noah Gray, Kareem Hunt. Those aren't the names we're used to hearing catching passes from Patrick Mahomes, but they next man up, getting the job done. It's the New York Giants, man. I looked at my paperwork after our show Sunday when I said New York will upset Kansas City. But I picked Kansas City on my picks for the week, so woo-hoo, I got the win on that. But New York, they got problems still. And I'm not saying Russell Wilson is the main part of their problem, but why? Why have him there? Why let the young boys play? And Scatbo, he gonna take Tracy and put him behind the woodshed, man. It's gonna be Scatbo's team to be running back on. And I wish he'd have got more than 10 carries. Shit, they ain't gave him more than 10 carries yet this year. And he's the leading rusher on that in their club. And he ain't got more than 10 carries each game. So it's time to bring in Jackson Dart and let Scappo get 20 touches, and the Giants might be able to turn a little bit around. I'm telling you, Jackson Dart's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. So good job, Kansas City Chiefs for not going into 0-3 shit bowl. Midnight Rider.
No, I think this ball game was the way Kansas City does business. They did enough. They did just enough to win the ball game. It's not pretty. So if this was ever gymnastics or beauty contest, they wouldn't win. They'd get miscongeniality, if anything, as an award in this situation. But two things you said in your comments: Cam Scatterboo, 10 touches. I think some of that is because of gameplay. I mean, you lose 22-6. Sometimes you start chasing points, so you're not going to always run the ball as much as normal. And I think also the fact that Tracy had those 7 carries early was another reason why, because he wasn't the focal point. But I think now the beauty of it is if there's a glimmer of hope, that hope or that gleam then is from the fact that Scatterboo's the main back and he's the lead back for the next couple of weeks. And I mean, for him to go, what he had 10 receptions, 6 receptions for 60 and 10 carries for 60 yards. That's 120 yards. That makes some fantasy owner happy somewhere. Whoever was able to get him off I know you drafted him in our league, but in my other league, somebody beat me out on picking him up off the waiver wire. But yeah. I think New York should be done with Russ. I mean, he just looked terrible, and it's not when your star wide receiver gets 2 touches and 13 yards, and he looks thoroughly disgusted at everything that's going on, and then you have the scenario where I think it was they were at the goal line, and Russ didn't give them even a chance to complete a pass in that stretch. I think that's when you got to go. I mean, it's like he benched himself. Like, I know the pressure may have been there earlier, but I think in some of these scenarios, some of the decisions he's made, he's put himself on the bench and he's got nobody to blame but Russ Wilson. And the only way he plays again is if young fella Jackson gets hurt. And even still, I think they may go Jameis over him. I think he might get down. I think they may take him down 2 pegs and make him the inactive in the emergency.
Sheesh.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
2 things.
That's what I think.
Two things. I did not start this off right, so let me do this properly. We are recapping the nickel. So I'm sorry that I did not do that right. I gotta get that. Second thing, Midnight Rider said it, and I know it's only one way to hear it.
There's a gleam, man.
There's a gleam, man.
Gleam.
There's a gleam. Let's get that gleam.
Gleam.
That's all we got to do. Let's get the gleam. I agree with what you gentlemen are saying. Russell Wilson did this to Russell Wilson. Well, he did it to himself. He's not playing like himself. He's not playing like this dude. His intelligence on the football field is high IQ. I don't know what's going on, and it's scary to really watch. Mm-hmm. But Scatterboo, I don't think. I think she might be. Isn't he expecting another kid?
He might be. That's where he leaving it. If that's the case, that's where he leaving his football intelligence.
Nope. Other way around. But Cam Scatterboo.
Cam. Oh, Cam.
Total 16 touches,
Damn.
121 yards and a touchdown. Now, I guarantee you with him and Jackson Dart, because he's going to be starting next week, him and Jackson Dart, you're going to see a different New York Giants team. I'm not going to blue magic. That.
Yes.
I think it's too early for the blue magic, but I think you'll see a better team.
Who they got?
Let me double check.
Go ahead. I got it.
Okay.
You sound like a man that forgets that New York is still New York. And their O-line is still their O-line.
Oh, nah. They better wait till the next week after that.
I think they got the Chargers this week.
Next. Yeah.
They got the Chargers coming to town. They're gonna hang a 50 on them.
But hold on, and that's a great segue. But speaking of the Chargers, we know the Chargers be charging, so we don't know.
This version don't be charging as much as the old ones do, dog.
So I better not put that in my parlay then. All right. And speaking of the Chargers played the Broncos on Sunday. They beat them 23-20. Chargers are one of the 6 teams that are undefeated. Broncos dropped to 1-2. Bo Nix 14-25, 153 and a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins 11 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton 6 catches, 118 yards and a touchdown. Looking at that box score just like that, you like, how did the Broncos lose this game? I'm gonna tell you how. Because Justin Herbert was 28-47 for 300 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Omarion touch Hampton 19-70. And
You got yourself, man. Come on, man. You're supposed to be getting me, and you got yourself.
That ain't right.
Look, I had to do it quick and keep going, but I couldn't go. And all I see is you doing like this. That's what made me bop. I'm sorry. But look, I mean, you know, when he got to do that. Yeah, got to dance. You know, Icebox where his heart used to be. But he had 19 carries, 70 yards, but he had to replace Najee Harris, who tore his Achilles.
That was ugly, man.
Yeah, to see him step back and then step forward to go take the handoff and then fall down, you can see the pop in the Achilles, man, and it's just it's sad to see. Quentin Johnston had 6 catches for 89 yards. Keenan Allen 7 for 65 and a touchdown. Jack, take it away.
Well, what happened in this game was Justin Herbert controlled the game. He controlled the time of possession. He controlled the tempo. I mean, shit. Chargers had 2 drives of 10 minutes. I want to say the opening drive was a 10-minute drive, and then they got another one later in the game. So right there, man, you're not getting enough time to get the ball to run an offense, and it looks like that in the stats for Denver. It's like, damn, he only attempted 20 passes or so because he ain't had a ball enough to throw more passes, and that was awesome. The Chargers were able to control the offensive tempo, keep the ball away from Bo Nix and his Denver offense. And, man, that was a great display by the Chargers right there in ball-controlled football. And that's why they won this tight game. Midnight Rider?
I mean, it's why we call the AFC West one of the best divisions. Now, I got some pushback last night when I did Josh Walker's highly opinionated. I think that's airing sometime this week. But case of the matter, man, I think the Chargers are one of those teams that's going to be right there in the mix. I can't wait till we see them week 5 because I think that's going to be a good test for us, depending on who's playing quarterback. But back to what you said, Jack, I think the part that always bothers me when I listen to games post-game, they start talking about how many rushing attempts people had and you should have ran the ball more. But I think the way you just described it was perfect. You talked about how they had those 2 long drives early on in the ball game, or one early, one in the second half. And that's how you end up with sometimes your running back doesn't get 20 carries because you can't force 20 carries into a 10 carry bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I think sometimes we have I know everybody wants to get the running game going, but I think some weeks you can't just because you don't have the basketball enough. And if you don't have the basketball enough, you can't do nothing offensively if the other team got the football. And I think that's the way this played out. I think the West is going to be very interesting. And I see why, I messaged you early on about you saying that Kansas City may not make the playoffs, but the way if Denver didn't give away that Indianapolis game, I think I can see why you said that. And I still can see why you said it. So it's going to be interesting how Kansas City acts and reacts to this because until they get some of these people back, I don't know if KC can compete, man. I don't know if they have enough horses. They got the resolve. I don't know if they got the horses.
And speaking of KC, I meant to read this comment because I think this is absolutely wonderful. Duval Paul said a junk drawer wide receiver room in Kansas City.
I hear something.
What?
Sounds like music.
I hear something. Somebody got something going.
I got it.
Don't let
Duval Paul said junk drawer wide receiver room in Kansas City, and that's the truth. They don't have anything in Kansas City, but
yeah, that's the drawer where you got like a wrench and soy sauce, ketchup, and some other stuff in there. You got some glove. You got the oven mitts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's like a Swiss Army knife drawer, man. You know how good that drawer is? That's the drawer where the screwdrivers and the old butter knives are.
Damn, the old butter knives, dog?
Yeah, because you keep the old butter knives because those are good flathead screwdrivers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I guess nobody's agreeing with that. Okay.
No, you KG, man.
No, I got no screwdriver.
Moving on to the next one. The Lions beat the Ravens, and the Ravens are first in the league in scoring with 111 points, but they're 1-2. 38-30. Lions over the Ravens. Jared Goff, 20 of 28, 202 on a touchdown. David Montgomery, if you had him in fantasy, you had a big night. 12 carries, 151 and 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 22 carries, 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown. Jameson Williams, 2 catches, 43. For the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 21 of 27, 288 and 3 touchdowns, no picks. Derrick Henry, 12 for 50 and a touchdown. Mark Andrews showed out. 6 catches, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 5 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown.
If you wanted Batman and you ended up with Bateman.
Gentleman Jack, take it away.
Well, this was the game everybody was looking forward to. It was the matchup of the weekend. There's been games like this every weekend so far, and I'm loving it. Detroit, Baltimore, Monday Night Football. The town, the state was buzzing. Everywhere I went, man. I was up to the Wawa. Saw this big old dude. I mean, dude was big. And whenever I see a big dude in public, I don't care. You play ball, Slim? He was like, yeah, I used to. And then he said, I'm on my way to the Ravens Detroit game. Everywhere I was going, people like, yeah, we're going to the Ravens game. So it was definitely the buzz of the city last night. But it finished up what I thought. Detroit beat them by more than that, man. Beat them by more than that, in my opinion. That last drive Baltimore had, that was prevent defense, just trying not to let them score a 14-point touchdown instead of a 7-point touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So the game wasn't as close as the score said in my part. Lamar was sacked 7 times. That's not Lamar-like. That is not Lamar-like, Midnight Rider.
7.
So, yeah. He had a great game with 288 and 3 touchdowns, but them 7 sacks, man, they hurt. I mean, he had a 148 quarterback rating and lost. So Mark Andrews, his second touchdown, that was in slop time. But yeah, it was a great game. And Detroit deserved the victory. Jared Goff did what he needed to do. He didn't need 400 yards. David Montgomery was handling that. You know, I mean, I think between the two of them, they had like 214 yards rushing. They outrushed Baltimore, in which is one of the top rushing teams in the league. Detroit outrushed them 224 to 85 last night. So Detroit is back after getting spanked by Green Bay in week 1. Detroit is back on track, I think. So what did you see, Ben? Did you check that game out last night? I'm sure you did.
Yo, it's the 4th time you called me Ben, dog. I don't know what's going on right now, dog. I don't know what's going on.
I'm chewing gum and I can't say double syllables.
Ah, okay. You good. You good.
Come on, MR. What you got, baby?
So here's a couple things that stood out to me. First, your man, the King Henry's got a fumbling problem. He's fumbled each of the first 3 ball games, and each one of them has come in the 4th quarter. And that's when Baltimore's been driving to try to change their fate in the ball game. So that's one that hurts. And then I don't know if he saw the temper tantrum after, but he looked like a little kid when you went to go put your Skittles on the conveyor belt and your mom took them off and put them up on the thing. That was his reaction. His reaction was like of a spoiled kid not getting the toy he wanted out of Toys R Us or not getting his bag of Skittles. And that's gonna be tough.
Who was the guy that got in the fight? Who was the guy that got in the fight with the kicking net and it busted him in the head?
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham. That's what that reminded me of when Derek slammed his helmet and fell down.
Yeah,
that reminded me of that. Sorry for the
but the big, I mean, Detroit came out and I mean Baltimore's got a manhood issue. If I can take it to the Doc Walker level, they need to find somebody on their defense that wants to be a hero, because they need a hero to come along and save this, because they're giving up rushing yards. I mean, I think Montgomery had a 50-plus yard run. I think Gibbs had a 50-plus yard run. I think the 4th guy. Well, I ain't gonna go into that. I think Shemp, the fourth stooge, I think he had a 50-yard run. That's the way it felt last night. But no, man, they just Baltimore was just giving up yards freely. I mean, it was like Oprah giving out, you get 50 yards, you get 50 yards. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just
I was going to use that.
But no, seriously, go ahead.
I forgot, man, because when they was talking about all them sacks I was going to talk about, I was like, Oprah was on the field. You get a sack, and you get a sack, and you get 2 sacks. But yeah.
No, I mean, Detroit's defense came out and literally manhandled the front 5 on defense, on offense, and their front 7 on defense. And you can't win when it's a battle of the trenches, and you came with a butter knife and some glue. You can't hold things together to hold up to that. It's just not gonna work. And that's the way it felt when I watched Baltimore play. Baltimore got to figure something out. I don't know if it's the fact that some of their D linemen are hurt. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the issue is. But Baltimore's got to figure some things out for sure. And I know it's just not Henry. I know it's just not Lamar. I mean, Lamar got sacked 7 times. That tells you alone.
They need Likely back.
I think it's still more than that. I think it's something else they got to find. Okay. I didn't think they used, to be honest with you, as much as I love Derrick Henry, I think Justice Hill has a real role in this offense. And I think they operate better because you don't always know what they're doing if you have Justice Hill on the field as opposed to with Derrick Henry. Like 8 times out of 10, you're thinking they're running the ball with Derrick Henry on the field. You don't think they're going to scoot him out for a screen or a pass. And I think that might have to be a change in their mantra to help them open this offense up. And the problem is, I think next week they play the Chiefs. So somebody's going to be 1-3. Somebody's going to be 2-2 if my math is right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to Bladensburg, so it might not be my strong point.
You got nothing to do with it. Sucks.
Okay. Number one, this segment is brought to you by all of them, butter knives. Because it seems like we've been referencing butter knives an awful lot. So all of them, butter knives is sponsoring this segment right here. You need a butter knife to get off.
You messed up the bit.
How did I mess it up?
Cause the sponsor of the segment was supposed to be nobody.
Goddamn thing. Sponsored by goddamn nobody.
Nobody.
Oh shit. Well, I heard all the references of butter knives, and it was just like, man, hey, we getting paid by butter knives. See, we don't get paid in cash. We get paid in butter knives and stuff that go in the
Nah, man. You get paid in butter beans.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. A good ham bone, some butter beans take you a long way, especially it's getting cold, Jack. Come on now.
Nah. You'll be all right.
Next up, the Eagles. The Eagles. 33, the Rams 26. This game came down to last second field goal block. It was 27-26 Eagles. Yeah. The Rams were getting ready to put this thing away, and the Eagles blocked it. Jordan Davis picked it up, takes it to the house.
This is the epitome.
I mean, this is one of 3 field goal blocks we had to end the games?
Yes. This is the epitome of bad beats.
Bad beats?
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah, if you're a gambler and you had, because most gamblers, if you had if you had the Rams +3, even at 27-26, if they miss the field goal outright, you win. If they make the field goal, you win. The only thing that can stop you from winning is a block and a touchdown.
Damn.
Yeah, damn, James.
Damn.
Matthew Stafford was 19-33, 196, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Kyron Williams, 20 carries, 94 yards. Puka Nacua had 11 catches for 112. Devontae Adams, 3 for 56. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 21-32, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns. Saquon, 18 carries, 46 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 109, and a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 8 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Gentleman Jack, take it away.
Yes, sir. Well, in this here matchup between the Rams and the Eagles, I feel that Matthew Stafford was outplayed by Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts outplayed him by far, in my opinion. I think Stafford was rattled, but the thing is, their run game was doing so well. Kyron Williams and Blake Corum was just rattling off yards. I want to say Corum was probably averaging 7 yards a carry. So I don't know how it got so screwed up that Matthew Stafford's performance has something to do with the outcome of this game for the Rams, and it wasn't a good something to do with the outcome. So, yeah, I feel Jalen Hurts just outplayed Stafford in this game, and the Eagles' defense was a tad bit better than the Rams' defense, as you can see by the score. But, yeah, that block kick screwed me all up. I was counting my ducks, boy. I was counting them ducks. This is one of the losses that really derailed me, man. This one, the Browns winning, and there was that other block field goal game screwed me. Yeah, I went from one loss in week 1 2 or 3 losses in week 2 to 6 losses in week 3. So I just gave y'all a chance to get back up in the pick'em contest Sideline Junkies are having. So I want it to be fair for everybody. So I feel that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts outplayed Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams, and the Eagles defense stepped it up when they had to. Midnight Rider, how about you, partner?
I mean, the Rams were out 26-7 in this ball game, and I think Emmanuel Forbes. I think AJ Brown went to the Jalen Hurts at one point and was like, you know they got Emmanuel Forbes guarding me, and I think that was part of the change in this ball game. And then it doesn't hurt. I mean, the Eagles blocked 2 field goals in this ball game, and I think that's where the tide turned. I don't think it was anything on the quarterbacks themselves. I think we just had a regular football game where somebody catches momentum, they come back, they make it a ball game, and then when you get 2 kicks blocked, you can't do nothing about that. I mean, that's trouble. That's trouble. If somebody blocks 2 kicks on you, trouble. That's trouble. And I think that's what ended up happening. You know, it's we saw that in the Tampa Bay game, but Tampa Bay was able to recover, and I think the Rams weren't able to recover because of the situation in the scenario and how it played out. But the Rams are going to still be there. The Rams got a defense that's nasty. I think the way you beat the Rams is what the Eagles did. You got to get to their secondary. Their front 7, I'll say their front 4 is solid. Their linebackers are okay. Safeties and corners, you can exploit some of that. And I think that's what the Eagles did. They took their matchups and marched down the field. Devontae got one late. AJ got him a TD. So I think this is one of those ball games where momentum shifted. And then when you get 2 block kicks, changes the shape of the ball game forever. Go ahead, KG.
I gotta agree with you, gentlemen. This wasn't the game I thought it was gonna be. This was crazy. But the ending, oh my Lord, it was surprising, but exciting at the same time. And Jack, you was talking about Corum. He had averaged 6.6 yards per carry, 8 carries, 53 yards.
I knew
So
it was almost
6.6.
7. Yeah, I like him. I don't like Michigan, but I like Blake Corum.
So I'm in terms of a football fan, you love it. But if you're in the NFC East, you hate it because you want the Eagles to stumble so your team can catch them. But that's pretty much how it goes. But good game by the Eagles. Who do they have next week? Who did they have? I'm
Say again?
They got the Buccaneers next week.
Yeah. That's one of the. Yo, we got it. The honest to goodness, we're gonna have to fight tooth and nail to put together the right top 5 for Sunday. Because I did some ball games on Sunday. That's Eagles Bucks. We mentioned another ball game earlier. I think it's gonna be interesting when we get to that point. Friday night or Saturday morning when somebody decides to bombard the chat with a bunch of comments, and that's applicable to all of us because all of us have those moments. So yeah.
So last but not least, in the nickel, our Commanders 41, Raiders 24. Before I jump into this game, I wanted to say this to you, gentlemen, because I meant to say it to you yesterday. Did you realize yesterday, number 1, is the first day of autumn? Number 2, us playing the Raiders on Sunday. Did you guys listen to Autumn Wind yesterday? Now, if you're going to do it, You're gonna do it. I mean, let's do it right. But did you guys listen to Autumn Wind?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you gentlemen know. I introduced Autumn Wind to Meatloaf last night,
Oh shucks.
and she said, "Papa, send that to me. I want to watch that Autumn Wind." So my granddaughter loves Autumn Wind by John Facenda and Steve Sable. So I think I hope she don't become a Raider fan, but at least she can have the appreciation for it. But Commanders beat the Raiders 41-24, so let's do it the right way.
The whole crowd screaming out, "We want talent!" Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we?
Now, this was a good game. Jaden Daniels did not play. Everybody was worried about Marcus Mariota. I was worried about Geno Smith. 19 of 29, 289, and 3 touchdowns for Geno. Ashton Jeanty carved us up early. 17 carries, 63 yards. Trey Tucker had 8 catches for 145 and 3 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers, 3 catches for 63 yards. For the hometown Commanders, Marcus Mariota was 15 of 21, 207, and a touchdown. Jeremy McNichols broke off one. 4 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Mariota had a touchdown and 6 carries for 40 yards. Chris Rodriguez, 11 for 39. Bill Krosky Merritt had 8 carries for 26 and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin was robbed of a touchdown, but 3 catches for 74 yards. We heard a lot of Luke on Sunday at Northwest Stadium. 3 catches, 56 yards, his first NFL touchdown. Zach Ertz even had 3 catches for 38 yards. Gentleman Jack, what you got?
Well, I know at the end of the game, I saw one of Washington's linebackers trying to get a game ball to Coach Quinn for surviving a head-on shot from Marcus Mariota on the sideline that caused Coach Quinn to leak some fluids. You know what I'm saying? He was a little leaky. But Bobby Wagner should have just held on to that ball because he was the defensive MVP. 11 tackles, 2 sacks. I mean, he was just on point. And I'll tell you who we got to give dap on that offense is Dorrance Armstrong. He got another sack. I want to say he's got 4 sacks this year.
He's got 3 and 3 ball games.
Okay, he got one every game. I thought he got 2 and 1. Von Miller, he got another sack. Jean-Baptiste got another sack. I mean, I like seeing the sacks like we're seeing them now, guys. On point. Defense looked fine yesterday, I felt, except for some of them big runs that Jeanty busted. But I think we all mentioned that in our pregame show. Gotta not let Jeanty bust us. But the thing is, Washington got some turnovers. They got the run back for a touchdown. So the Raiders had to stop running and start throwing more. So it was a great showing for Mariota as our backup quarterback. I'm happy with him as our backup. I mean, you got a guy that's got as many starts under center as your backup as Marcus Mariota, then I'm comfortable if he has to step in for Jaden like he did this week. So let's hope Jaden got some health back, got some good treatment, and he can come back to the program, to the football team healthy next week. Raiders they're definitely an up and coming team, man. They just need Geno's not their future. We all know that. Jeanty, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, that's Dante Thornton. That's our futures. And that's a shout out to the Dons. Or no, where did Dante play at, Midnight Rider? He didn't play at
I thought he was one of Coach Holden's kids.
At Bakersfield or at another high school?
I thought it was Coach Holzer.
I know, but was it when Coach Holzer was at Bakersfield or when he was elsewhere?
I don't remember. Because I remember him being one of the kids because I think Thornton went back and gave Coach a jersey.
That's right. So he is from Loyola Bakersfield. because I
Okay.
remember seeing RDR, and that's what they put for Roll Don's Roll. So,
Okay.
yeah, we got the Maryland guy, Dante Thornton from Loyola Bakersfield. He was in the game for 2 catches, 29 yards. But the Raiders, if they don't screw up this footprint they're building over there, I think the Raiders can be a strong team in the next 2 years. So what did you see, Midnight Rider, between the Raiders and the Commanders?
I think Gino does hold the ball a little too often sometimes, and I think that got them in the trouble. But there's a stat line out there. It's literally called outdoor Gino versus indoor Gino, and outdoor Gino is a totally different quarterback from indoor. Outdoor Gino is like an all-pro, and I say that in jest, but he's like very good as an indoor quarterback, and at outdoor he's average. So it was one of the first things I looked at when I saw the schedule. I thought they did a good job, and I think Genty only really hit them for 3 runs. I think it was the 18 or 14 and the 14, so he didn't kill them per se, but he got his. And I mean, that's what you expect for a good running back to do, is to get theirs no matter what. I think the other good thing was you got Terry the deep pass. I think you got Luke to get a touchdown. And since you talked parlays earlier, I gotta sell the word, man. I had a parlay with Krosky Merritt TD, Luke TD, Brock Bowers TD. Who doesn't get the TD? You telling me Brock Bowers ain't gonna get a TD? Oh man.
Nah. Brock Bowers ain't getting no TD because Tucker was hogging them all.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just one of those things. Like at on Saturday at 11 a.m., you looking at me funny because you thinking, dog, why you putting Luke McCaffrey in your parlay? And I was like, I just got a hunch. You know what I'm saying?
Luke in your parlay.
I do, because I think Luke is always right there. But back to the game. I thought the run game, the way they mixed the running backs in was beautiful. I thought the way that we handled their offensive line and the emphasis of the pass rush. I love seeing Vaughn get one. You said, oh gosh,
Baptiste got one.
Bobby got 2. Dorrance got 1. It's just the way this team.
Baptiste got 1.
Yeah. And I think as long as they can play in that nature, trust the run game, try to get established, make sure you take care of time of possession. I mean, he got a punt return for 90 yards, which is the first one you've had in a long time. You had a run of 60 yards, which you hadn't had since, I think it was like AP. No, it was Darius Geis for AP.
Clinton Portis.
No, it's Darius Geis and AP are the 2 next longest runs, or the longest runs in that stretch. Excuse me.
You said a name in Darius Geis. That's a running back I thought was going to be with Washington for years and years to come, man. Health and injuries just ended him.
Health, injuries, and being a dumbass.
Okay.
But no, it was that combination for him. But yeah, I thought they played a great ball game. I thought they did what they were supposed to do. They were up 34-10 at a certain point. I think Oakland made some stretches back in because of, prevent and just, kind of taking your foot off the gas. And then the Luke touchdown kind of closed the gap and sealed the deal. But I think Marcus is proving to you that he's a very reliable source if you have to go to him and deal with him as your starter. And I think I'd feel very confident dealing with him up in Atlanta on this weekend as the starter and giving JD another week. Not just from a standpoint of giving them rest, but from a standpoint of I think the offense works when Marcus is in the ball game.
I'll say this: what's coming out of Atlanta today? I really want JD5 to take a rest, and I want Marcus Mariota to go down in there into ATL and beat the dog snot out of Atlanta. Because you got them on the radio talk about if Mariota comes down here and beats us, Raheem Morris needs to be fired. He can't come in here. He can't beat us. He needs to be fired if he beats us.
You talking about the Atlanta guy from 680? That's his bit. Like
that's like KG's bit. But they so good.
Yeah. It's in that vein. Yeah,
I get it. But now you got Bijan Robinson telling a YouTuber that if Atlanta beats Washington by 20 or more, he has to become an Atlanta Falcons fan. So you not realizing that you clowns just got blanked by Carolina. Carolina blanked y'all 30-0. Now I'm not saying we're gonna beat them 30-0. I'm not saying we're gonna put up a 50 burger. I'm not gonna say none of that. Now I'm saying this now. Sunday, you know my tone is gonna change. But it ain't Sunday, it's Tuesday. You putting up all this bulletin board material about what you gonna do to us and people gonna get fired if we come in here with the backup quarterback and beat, bruh. What are we doing here? Who are you talking to, Slim?
It's the morning show, bruh.
I get that.
They talking to you, Slim. They talking to you, Slim.
You realize who you talking to. You realize we beat you to get to the playoffs last year. We played tough, beat you to get to the playoffs. Penix got benched, and they had to put in Kirk. You think Kirk gonna do something against our pass rush?
Hey man, I don't know how much longer we got, but if you at home and you can put something on mute, this Phoenix Minnesota game is fire right now. It's 67-70. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth period. So just something to give you a visual while you listen to us talk to you. There you go.
Well, that's a good segue to you.
And say it again, Jack, because I was about to say the same thing. That's a damn good segue.
No, we just on point.
Update. Well, that was just one.
Yep.
I mean, this is a damn good game.
Yeah. And which game is this? The Mercury and the Lynx are playing right now?
Yeah, so Minnesota's up 1-0.
Right.
Phoenix is fighting. Phoenix is scrapping. But right now Minnesota's up 3. Phoenix has got the ball, and we're about 4 minutes left in the ball game. Why does he jump through that screen? You don't jump.
Well, that's the thing, man. With the Minnesota Lynx, man, it's hard to get by Williams, Collier, and McBride when they're all healthy. Yeah. So, you know, I don't see the Mercury. If they can get this one, good, but it's still it's a 5-game series now, a best of 5. So the Lynx won game 1, 82-69. And like I say, Williams, Collier, and McBride, when them 3 are healthy, the Lynx are hard to beat. And in game 1, Phoenix was only 3 for 23 from 3-point. You can't shoot like that against squads like this, neither. Ain't that right, KG?
You are absolutely right. Absolutely right, Jack. And we got a comment that said 5-year prediction Paige is going to be greater than Caitlin.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think they're both going to be stars. And
with this 5-game best of 5 series now, the Fever are up over the Aces, 1-0.
I know.
We got the Lynx. Who won game 1? I see this is game 2. Who won game 1? I can't find a score for game 1.
The Lynx won game 1.
Okay.
Lynx won game 1, 82-69.
There you go. Subali, baby. Sorry.
Oh, she lets me down on my damn parlay every time.
I don't care about her with no damn parlay.
And then we get best of 7. We get best of 7 for the finals. This is
Next
gonna be
year, right?
Best of 7
Ain't
in
that-
the WNBA. Gonna be a different beast.
Ain't that next year?
No, we get best of 7 this year.
Thought I already asked you that question. You said
So that
next
first
year.
round is gonna be best of 5, and it's gonna be best of 5 second round, and then it's gonna be best of 7 all the way through now. I mean, for championship. But no, we were talking about the first round because the first round was best of 3.
All right, buddy. All right,
But this right here,
gotcha.
we've never had a best of 7 in the WNBA finals. And I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I talk about the Houston Comets versus the New York Liberty, if that would have went 7 games, I don't know if my Comets would have won that. I don't know if my Comets would have won that because I love them, but I don't know if they would have won that because Teresa Witherspoon and Teresa Weatherspoon were dominant and they were absolute dogs. So different beasts there. Perry said the Lynx are the Mercs boogeyman.
No, that's true.
Well, the first game with the Aces and the Fever scored 50 points in the paint. They scored 89 points. So you're scoring 50 points in the paint and 39 points elsewhere. My math was right, Midnight Riders are gone. And Kelsey Mitchell just cleaned up 34 points, and Boston and Howard got 11 points each in the victory. Asia Wilson needs to step it up. I know she had 11 points and 13 rebounds, but she got to do a little bit more than that. This playoffs. But I still think the Aces are going to get this series. It's going to be the Aces and the Lynx and the ship.
Yeah, I think she just had a bad night.
And Asia Wilson is your four-time WNBA MVP.
Yeah.
Perry said best of 7 finals this year. And yeah, they would have that the Comets would have still prevailed over the Liberty because the Liberty had Rebecca Lobo. Who else was on that team? You had both the Witherspoon backcourt, Witherspoon and Weatherspoon in the backcourt. Trying to remember everybody else that was on that Liberty team because they were deep. And of course, probably one of the greatest WNBA point guards is the steady hand, and that was Kim Perrott with the steady hand. And then Jennifer Arcane came off the bench, and once she put boots to asses, it was good. But I mean, 7 games, I don't know. All right, Jack.
I give it to you, KG. You know some WNBA.
Oh man, I've watched the WNBA from the gate, like the first game that was ever played.
I see this. I like this. Somebody got a little creative vibe in this system.
Yeah.
Got a little sound.
But the first WNBA game, I had it on VHS tape. And I watched it. That's why I watched it. I used to watch it on a regular and watch how the game was played. And I always said it was more fundamentally sound, man. Who scored the first points in WNBA history?
No clue.
Penny Toler, Los Angeles Sparks. She scored the first bucket. And I watched it live, and I used to have it on VHS. It was one of those things that you never taped over.
You know what we call that? Big deal. Big deal.
And Perry said Brondello got the axe.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I think I did see that. Gentleman Jack, backseat driver, Midnight Rider. Who y'all got riding out with y'all tomorrow night in the passenger seat?
Man, we got it going on tomorrow night, boy. Got an old high school classmate of mine's son's going to be on tomorrow night. He is a nationally ranked ACL cornhole player. You see him on ESPN. You see him in Disney World. He all over the place just like we are, baby. We're going to have Jordan Campbell in the passenger seat tomorrow night. We're going to talk first sports memories. We're going to talk what keeps him going. We're going to talk about what got him in the cornhole. And we're going to talk about what is the ACL league about. You know, it blew my mind a couple years ago when I saw cornhole on ESPN. But it blew my mind even bigger when I saw my buddy's son on ESPN. And I texted him real quick, "What's up? Who's Jordan?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, that's my son. You watching ESPN?" I'm like, "Yeah." So pretty exciting, I think. And everybody knows cornhole's blowing up all over the country, all over the world. So I'm excited for me and Midnight Rider to switch it up a little bit. And we're going to have a cornhole player from the ACL, American Cornhole League.
All right.
8 p.m.
Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm with it. All right. Now it's about that time we wrap this thing up. Perry says Tola was a baller. Yeah, Penny Tola was one of my favorite. Penny Tola, of course, Kim Peratt, Penny Tola, Tamika Dixon. Who else did I have that I love watch playing? Ivory Latta for a long time.
You probably had Holsclaw.
Yeah, but I had some that nobody really like. Nikki Teasley, you know Nikki Teasley from Southeast, and when she played ball, she played ball like that.
Yeah, so she used to come.
Did she play ball at Cardoza?
Nah. Nikki went. Damn, she went to one of them. She went to a private school.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she went to Cardoza.
But nah, Nikki used to be around here, playing over at Fort Stanton. And then her uncle or somebody used to work with my pops, and that's how he used to always talk to me about her. She was definitely one of his favorite players for sure.
Handles for days. And Perry said Tamika Dixon. Tamika Dixon she was a different one. She was a firecracker because she could take you off the dribble, but if she got you with something and she hit you with a step back, that was cash money. Go ahead and open the drawer because she just robbed you. But let's wrap this thing up.
Tamika Holsclaw. That's what I like.
Tennessee. Most definitely.
Take me to another place. Take me to another land.
Final thoughts, Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack's final thoughts. MLB's coming down to the nitty gritty. You got the Guards and the Tigers fighting for some playoff spots and some division titles over there. I'm sure Matty Ice is on top of that. So
it's 5-2 Guards.
MLB is getting down to nitty gritty. Playoff baseball will be among us soon. That's it.
Well, I mean, Jack talked about it earlier in the year, but I mean, the Mets decided to Met. I mean, they've gone from being a team that should be in the playoffs to now they struggling to find life. They doing the same thing Detroit's doing. It's the Mets in Detroit, two of the bigger collapses coming down the stretch that we may have not ever seen, but that are going to stick out this year. Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna use my final moment to say we got to look at the injuries in the NFL. Nick Bosa, torn ACL, done for the year.
He gone.
He gone. Achilles. Who else did we lose? We lost a lot of players just this weekend.
Mike Evans, 4 weeks with a hamstring.
And that, you know what that does? That puts his 1,000-yard streak in jeopardy.
Nah, because he missed like 6 games last year and still got his 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to ask this question. It's really just a yes or no. Don't have to go into it. When it's all said and done, all the smoke settled. Mike Evans, Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
I knew he was asking
yes.
This. I knew he was asking this.
I agree with Jack.
Yes.
What you say, Midnight Rider?
It's a yes.
Okay.
I said yes as soon as you said after all said and done. I knew where you was going.
Hey, he got the
My
numbers.
dad
You
is
can't deny that.
professional, puts the numbers up year in, year out. No matter what his team's numbers are, he gets numbers.
And no matter who his quarterback is.
Yet, no matter who's chucking it to him. Correct, Midnight Rider.
And even Perry said, no question. No question. I agree.
Shout out to my man Perry, man. We might have some things coming down the pipeline. I don't know for sure yet. We got to talk to management.
Hey, when that happens, it's going to be like that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful trip on this Tuesday. Make sure your trays are in their upright position. Make sure your chairs are in their seated position because we about to land this thing and go home. So as we pull into the gate, don't forget in the passenger seat with the gentleman Jack and his backseat driver, the Midnight Rider, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We'll be back on Thursday with the Thursday night flight, previewing the Thursday night football game.
I hope we're doing the Thursday night throwdown and not the Thursday night flight.
I'm sorry, the Thursday night throwdown. Jeez, thank you. Like I'm scrambling.
Thursday night flyover. Is that what he said?
Anyway, that's what it's gonna feel like.
Shit.
Then Saturday we got the Saturday night WrestleManiacs because I got beef, but I'm gonna save that for Saturday because this vitriol is gonna be hot, heavy, and boiling by Saturday. Sunday we be right back with the Sunday.
Whoa! We can't speed past the thing that's back.
I am so sorry.
Back to the world.
Well, back the greatest fictitious sports show of the world, Craig.
Of the world, Craig.
Saturday, and that is The Gridiron.
11:30
on Saturday, detailing NCAA football 26, the Sideline Junkies League that is being played this present moment. A lot of trash talk. A lot of good games being played.
Did we ever get a final for Oregon and Penn State?
I want them to play it again, but no, we don't have a legit final because I think Big Jim conceded and gave Rodney the win because the internet kept messing up.
Okay.
And they were having technical issues. I think they had to restart 2 or 3 times, and then something came up about desyncing. It was bad.
Yeah, I noticed that. And so, if you hold on for a couple seconds, we got the end of the Mercury and the Lynx. It's 79-79. Lynx just hit a 3.4 seconds left. So we can sign off to that. Get to your TVs because we might have OT.
I'm looking at it count down, but I want to. Damn it! I wish I could. Can I watch this live? It's on ESPN.
So, I don't know if KG's going to do this or you want me to do it, but
you got it because I'm behind. I'm on a computer, so I'm behind.
I'm just going to sign this out because he's the gentleman Jack. You're the big guy KG. I'm the Midnight Rider. We at 143. We did a little bit of overtime, but it's all good because we gave you all the info you needed, all the information you wanted. Also, beyond that, thank you for everybody that commented. Thank you for everybody that supports us, likes our posts, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time and see you next time you jump in with us. KG, you hit the button, but we are out of here.